Larry catches the biggest bass.
There it is. That's a pretty good one. Don't. On the jerk bait. There he is. Not a bad one. There's another one on the jerk bait. Oh, it came off. No, he didn't. There he is. Oh, there's big ones. That was 2 of them right there. Okay.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So we're currently getting rigged up and ready to go for a lake sand that we're gonna do in the morning. I just want to, I've been thinking about this for the past really day and a half. I really want to do like a lake sand. So I want to go to, I'm thinking Pickwick. In my mind just keeps going back to Pickwick because there's largemouth and smallmouth, and it's in the state of Alabama, so it'll be like an 1.5 hour trip away from the house. Wouldn't be too crazy of a sand. But I want to go and I want to just spend 5 days and make 5 separate videos of me like learning basically how to fish a big lake, using my fish finder, because I'm slowly starting to put it together, but I really want to go somewhere that I haven't been to and, you know, spend 5 nights in a hotel, morning, evening, fish every day, and see if we can put it together. Let me know if that would be something that you're interested in. So we're rigging up. We're going to take some crankbaits with us. I really want to catch one on the new Berkeley bait, the Nessie. It's a big glide bait. I'll show it to y'all in the morning. I'm excited. So we're rigging up. I will talk to y'all in the morning.
All right, guys, we are on the water. I plan, it's a little bit later than I wanted to get out here. It's 10:30, but we had a little bit of a discrepancy, not gonna lie to y'all, trying to get into the pond today. You know, but we're here now. We're not even gonna talk about that. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go crankbait because the water's super dirty. I wanna throw the Nessie in here, but I'm gonna try to wait till I get more towards the back of the lake for the simple fact that since the water's so dirty, I don't even know if it's worth, you know, throwing anything other than a crankbait right now. Especially since I already kind of know that works. So I just want to try that again because it has been maybe 2 or 3 weeks since I've been out here and we had that little cool spell. It wasn't necessarily cold, but we had a little bit of different weather. And honestly, I went fishing 2 of the 3 days that it felt a lot better outside in Alabama, and the fishing was quite tough. So yeah, Jack and I attempted to record 2 separate videos and tragically failed at both. We caught 1 fish. One day we probably fished for about 6 to 7 hours of the day trying to do 2 separate things. One was a creek and one was a pond. We caught 1 fish that whole day, and then the next day I went out, I didn't catch a single fish at all. But also I was microfishing on top of that, but I was microfishing like super skinny water. So I don't know. So I just kind of want to check and see what the fishing is like. And I mean, this is the crankbait that I've always caught them on out of here. This is a new dime by Berkeley. But if we're able to, I'd love to tie on like that white Nessie in the back of some of these pockets. And first I want to get an idea of where the fish are at. This is really like a multi-purpose trip, but right now we're going to start off trying to figure out where the fish are at, looking for bait. Like I have my side scan up. I've been watching a lot of videos on side scan. I'm starting to figure out the side scan a little bit because I just saw like a big ripple right here, and then there's probably like a big bait ball right over there. So I mean, bait's always good, and there's quite a few good sized bait balls that I've been seeing in the lake. So we're going to start right here, but also dark water normally means fishing shallow. So hey, already. It's a small one. That is a super small one. This is one of the smaller ones I've ever caught out of here. But there's some bait balls and there's a little bit of structure that I'm seeing on the side scan. Some stuff on the bottom. Hey, we'll take it. First one. Cool. First one. Small, but you got to start somewhere. I'd rather the first one be small than like the 10th or 15th one be small, you know? Man, that makes me want to pull out the Nessie already. We're gonna catch a couple more and then we'll pull that out because I definitely want to try to catch one on it because I still haven't caught one on it. Every time I go out, I look at it, I'm like, man, that thing looks juice, but I never throw it. Bit school of bait over there. I'm gonna throw my crankbait through that if I can reach it. Get a few more casts on this side though, but I'm not sure if y'all can see that over there. It has to be shad or something. That is not a good cast. That is horrible. Ooh, look at all that. That's directly underneath us. I guess all of these are schools of shad. We're gonna spot lock right here for a second just because there's so much good looking stuff. Oh, there's structure. We're going over a tree. That's probably not good trolling motor. All that sound you just put off. I guess I might have had a little something to do with that. See, these little dots right here look like fish on the side skin. Don't know if I have any jerk baits with me, but I feel like a jerk bait wouldn't be a bad lure option. Let's go right in the shad. Look at that. Oh, another small one. I was looking at the fish finder. I was like, I just passed over about 5 or 6 really good dots on down scan. Like there's 2 more right there. Number 2. Not gonna say that would help, but definitely doesn't hurt catching them. Still fun. We're gonna get a cast in back behind us and see. And it drops off fairly quick. I don't think those will be fish on that drop off. Okay. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and tie on the Nessie because I'll end up talking about it all video. Then I'll just keep catching fish on the crankbait. Y'all know me. Y'all already know what I'm on. So we're gonna go ahead and tie on the Nessie because it is on my bucket list today. I have got to catch my first bass on it. I've had a bite on the Nessie in the past, but I lost it. Ooh, should we go this color? I thought I had a white one. I know I lost one too, so. Let's see, like this little bluegill dime right here, probably get 8. We're gonna tie that on another rod also. So we'll go big or go home on the Nessie. But there is one thing about big baits. Just because you up the size of your bait, in theory, it should seem like you'd catch bigger fish, and like, I don't think that's necessarily false, but also a good 1.5 pounder, you know, a good sturdy 1.5 pounder could eat this fairly easy. I mean, you got to think about some of the size of bass that you've caught that have like full bluegill in their mouth, or like you'll see the bluegill tail in their mouth. So they're probably not too intimidated by this. I just feel like there'd be bass kind of underneath some of this grass, like isolated grass like this, because it'll give off a little bit of shade. The sun's right over the top of it, so it seemed like they would be like right underneath it, because if you think about where the shadow would be cast, it would be straight down. The sun's up. Like, I feel like this is the way that we would need to fish it, because the sun's not directly above us, but the shadow's kind of on the back side of the grass. Also, there's so much bait in here, I don't know if this is a good or a bad idea, but it's a learning experience regardless. Definitely have a whole bunch of followers. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit out and sink a little bit, and we're gonna tie on that bluegill colored crankbait also. Then I'm gonna throw this one in the back of some of the pockets, because I know there's a whole bunch of bait in a few of them. So I think this will be a good presentation for imitating a bluegill or green sunfish. I do wish it was a little bit more, maybe not so transparent, but we'll see, we'll see. We're trying out new things today. Trying new baits in hopes of new PB. Let's get a cast in with this one too. didn't even bring a terminal box, but I know I have a couple jigs with me. Because, I mean, there's some of these fish that are literally sitting on top of each other, and I'm not going that fast, so the blobs probably look a little bit bigger than what they actually are. A black and blue jig would be ideal, but just based on the size of the fish. Well, when I don't have a big one with me, I have one that's kind of more like on a Ned rig size, which, I mean, some super finesse could be good as well, but we're gonna try this out and see what it'll do. If I catch one on this Nessie, it's gonna be on this cast right here. I'm calling it. Well, we had a really small bass follow it. That's a good sign. It's my first follower that I've seen on it so far. Never know. Then it has a little bit of structure, a little bit of brush off the side of it. I think there's definitely worse places. There's definitely worse places we can make a cast out here. Well, boys, we just lost a fish. I'm having a little bit of GoPro issues. I'm gonna have to get rid of this one if it's not gonna work. We just caught one on the dime, and it was probably, I mean, it wasn't a bad fish at all. It's probably a solid pound or so, but we're gonna put the dime down and pick up the Nessie. Try that out. I really like these pockets because there's a whole bunch of bait back in here. Alright, so I have 2 fish on the day. Both of them have been small. We've been out here for about 2.5 hours now, which that normally isn't how it goes. So I'm gonna look and see what I got. I'm gonna switch to something else. I kind of want to try a jerkbait for some reason. I feel like a jerkbait wouldn't be that bad of an idea. One shake? You never get it with one shake. That could go about 18 different ways. There it is. That's a pretty good one. Don't. On the jerkbait. Finally. There we go. That's better. Ah. Ooh, he's not going anywhere. We got him good. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh, he's strong. Oh, he's strong. Oh, he really strong. Let's go on the Stunna. Boom, baby. Let's go. Look at that one. Look at that one, YouTube. Figured maybe I just need to like have something with a little bit slower cadence to it. Just because the bite slowed down so much. And jerkbait still kind of imitates bait fish. Since this is our first respectable one of the day after being out here for a lot of hours, we're gonna get a respectable weight on it. All right, give them a little dip. Let them breathe a little bit. Let them breathe. 186. Didn't lock on that, but I agree. 186. Cool. That's fish number 1 of the day. Almost a 2-pounder. See ya. Ha. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. There's our first one on the jerkbait. Took us a minute to figure it out, but stuck with it and got our first one. And now our triple treble hooks are in our net, and we've caught another rod. We got the rod free. And we gotta release our net. So a rubber net is essential. Like that rubber versus having the typical mesh net material, like the jellyfishing net versus like a rubber net. 2 totally different things. All right, now that we've caught that one on the jerkbait, that kind of makes me want to go back through some of the other pockets that we fished and didn't catch anything and go throw a jerkbait in those. I saw a lot of bait in most of the pockets that we fished, especially throwing the Nessie. So definitely passed over a whole bunch of bass. So guys, I threw the jerkbait a few more times. I had 2 more bites. I had one eat it literally right at the kayak, and then I had another one eat it kind of far off in the back of a pocket. But still having our little GoPro getting too high issue, so I'm gonna have to figure out a solution for that. If y'all use a GoPro 11 and have any solution, I saw one on Facebook that said like buying an aluminum housing. Yeah, still searching for the first Nessie fish. We finally got a good sized fish. The second one that we hooked was a pretty decent size, and then the last one that got away, I think it was probably would have been biggest of the day. I don't think he was a giant, but you got a pretty good hold of him. Felt pretty good when you did. So. All right, we're gonna turn around, get out of here, out of this pocket at least, and then we're gonna go and fish the, I don't know, kind of feeling like I need to redeem myself and throw the jerkbait in all the pockets that I didn't catch anything in. Just definitely passed through a lot of pockets that had a whole bunch of bait in them. So there he is. Not a bad one. There's another one on the jerkbait. Oh, it came off. No, he didn't. I say not a bad one, but not a big one. We're gonna just put you in the net, just because jerkbaits and fingers don't go along. Cool. Not that big of a fish, but it's another one. So that puts 2 on the jerkbait, but 4 bites on it, all in this pocket right here. So I don't know if that's, we'll have to leave out of the pocket to see if it's just a better lure than what we've been throwing, or is it just there's more fish in this pocket. But I think the jerkbait, since they're not really eating the crankbait, I feel like the jerkbait is still a good lure option, just because I've seen a whole bunch of bait, and there's been actually a couple schooling type situations like bass look like they're chasing bait. What's that? That's not fish. I was about to say, wow, that felt really good. I was like, wow, that one might be the biggest one of the day. It might be the biggest one of the week, actually. That one felt excellent for a second there. Also, they were eating it in dirty water, but there's kind of like a little mud line right here, so maybe we might take a long parallel cast and see if we can't get one. All right. Yeah, that's money. There he is. Oh, there's big ones. That was 2 of them right there. Okay. There was 2 of them with them. There we go. There's one with jerkbait, and that's a good one too. Pull and drag. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and get him that. Dude, he is so strong. Maybe I'll go ahead and stick him in the water, because the second he sees his net, he's gonna take off. Wow. Come on. Ah, too slow. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're all in this together. You watch the videos and I catch the biggest bass on YouTube. We're all in this. That's how you know you're happy. When you just break out in song. A remix, a High School Musical remix after, what is that? I'll say he might go 4. 296. Wow. I mean, you can't, I need to just go buy a new scale right now. It might be worth me just leaving because I feel like I'm going to get cheated out of a PB with this scale. I mean, I feel like that. Personally, I feel like that's a 3-pounder. And personally, I'm not going to take the disrespect that scale is giving me right now. Boom. I hope you can see that on the camera because I promise you 2 came up at first. 2 fish enter, 1 fish leaves. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And what else is awesome is this kayak and being able to click that spot lock button. So like that fish doesn't just pull you into the bushes, pull you in the weeds. Like you can just hang out and enjoy the fight, be along for the ride and like not have to worry about anything. Like that's just so clutch. 2-pounder, finally we got a good one. I did have one come off camera back in here on the crankbait. But I feel like there's definitely more to catch back in here. Like we could probably circle back through here in 30 minutes or so. Because when I went through here the first time looking at the fish finder, I passed a huge group of bass. Hey, there we go. That's another, oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Hey, did you see how that fish jumped out of the water? I knew they were back in here. See, there's another spot lock possibility. I'm gonna go ahead and try to net you. Where are you at? Oh, I don't think you're as big as the other one. Hey, dude, just chill. It's okay. Oh. Come here, gotcha. Boom, baby. Back to back. Hey, stop. Boom. That's a 2-pounder, no denying that. Boom, 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 let's go. See ya. Would have been cool if you would have done a backflip or something. God bless our troops. And God bless America and the Stunna. You know what I should have done? I should have put both of those fish on the catch board just as practice for the next tournament. I said I was gonna do that during the tournament. After my weighing difficulties. Ooh. See if we can get another one. And I came back through here the first time looking at the down scan. And down imaging is just, or not down scan, down imaging. It's just like a beam directly under the boat. I passed a whole bunch of really, really big dots. So I guess those are probably the 2 fish that I just caught kind of confirms. Like, you might know what bass look like now. I don't know if catching that one so far out, it might hurt me a little bit as far as being able to catch another one. Like all the way back in there, we might have to go up to where we caught that one at. Because we might have spooked some. Man, that fish jumped about 3-4 feet out of the water. That was pretty cool. It was just cool because he stayed hooked. If he would have came undone, then I would have been a little upset about that. Oh, there he is. They don't slack. I'll let it sit for a minute too. Oh, that's not a bad one. Oh yeah. Okay, need to give it a little bit more of a pause. That's not a bad one at all right there. Let's go figuring them out. There was a tournament going on today. Am I a professional in my head right now? Yes. Put me on a lake with actual pros, give me 30 minutes. No, I would not be. Oh. Boom, baby. Will this one be bigger than 292? 296. What was our weight on that other one? I think we said 292. I don't know. I feel like the other one might have been longer than this one is. This one's definitely fatter. Giving it longer pauses, and that one ate it pretty good. 274. We'll try one more time. 2. 286. I didn't pull down on that at all. 286. Let's go, baby. Okay, that one might be smaller. I might agree with that. See ya. Cool. I need to find some different tactics to catch these bass, because I'm sure they probably see a lot of crankbaits. Same thing as like big lake fish. Those fish probably see a lot of crankbaits, a lot of, you know, worms, drop shots. I need to really start working on like my bait selection a little bit more to be able to switch it up. Hey, here we go. Not that big a one. Just spit a little something up. We're gonna put you in the net. I don't like jerkbait troubles. Boom. This one has a crawfish pincher in his mouth. Spotlock, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I really feel like me and this kayak have like a Iron Man and what is this thing called, Jarvis situation going on. Like when it works, it's fantastic, but when it doesn't, I want to piece it apart and sell it to MIT or whatever he told Jarvis he was going to do to him. Oh, there's tires. I know what those are. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Those are tires. I don't know if those are bass or not, but that's neat. It's a big ball of something big that was suspended that we just went over. They were kind of too close together to be bass, but they could have been also at the same time. Oh, I saw you. I saw you, dude. I didn't even feel him get it. I just felt like, I felt something was off, like I had too much slack in my line, and then my crankbait or my jerkbait was up at the surface with a fish behind it. I'm not even gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even gonna give you the benefit of having an attempt to get a hook in my finger, dude. See, the second I would have grabbed that fish, that would have been in my finger. See, I'm just seeing so many big groups of, like big balls of whatever they are. And I mean, we're not moving right now, but it just kind of makes sense that they would be bass. I need to check the weather because the clouds are kind of starting to roll in. And last time I didn't check the weather and it started to get cloudy, I thought the fishing was just good and there was a bad thunderstorm I got caught in. So I'm gonna take a quick break and check my radar. Just be on the safe side. Oh, so I didn't see too much bait when I was in this. There's like another pocket around this corner right here, but we're gonna go over there and try it since the jerkbait's been working for us so well. I feel like we might as well. What can it hurt? Especially after we caught all those in that pocket. We probably could have caught more. Or we could probably like leave, go fish this one for 30 minutes and then go back in that one and catch a few more. Hey. There he is. That was awkward. Awkward bite. Like a long pause. All these fish in here fight like they're like 10, 15 pounds. Well, there's another one. I honestly haven't even been counting. I don't even know what number this is. Well, there's another one. Solid, thick one for sure. Awesome, see ya. I think this jerkbait might be my best fishing decision I've ever made. It's because they're not really eating the crankbait. So just having something that they can like follow and check out a little bit, since they weren't really committed to the crankbait. In previous times they were like just hammering the crankbait. So seems like they need just a slower, still a moving bait, but something a little bit slower. Also, I didn't bring any Texas rig stuff, like, but luckily it worked out. And it'll be pretty cool to be able to like fish this lake over the next, hopefully, couple of years and see the progression of like what they like to eat and when they like to eat it. So like almost make like a calendar, you know. It's like the past 2 weeks they've really liked crankbaits, and the crankbait bite died, and then they wanted jerkbaits, and then couldn't catch them on a jerkbait, went back to the crankbait in the Texas River. All right, I'm gonna shoot over here to this other side real quick, and there's about 8 more pockets that I want to fish. Also, I'm looking at the clouds. I'm like, the radar says I'm gonna be fine, but also I don't know. But I'm gonna shoot over here because on the fish finder I've always seen pretty good marks over here on this bank. So I'm gonna try the jerkbait out over there. Probably need to just start putting waypoints on this stuff, but yes, sir. I didn't know that was a fish or not. I didn't want to say anything. Look how he ate that. He ate that tail first. Boom. There is another good healthy one. Nothing in his mouth. He doesn't look like he's ever been caught before. Also, I don't know if majority of the fish that we've caught today have been caught before. I've caught a few out here that I'm like, yeah, these guys have been caught, but I feel like I'm putting a new school hurting on them.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at him flop, watching him flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.